Hi, this is Jeff Lesher with What's the Point? And it is such a phenomenally gorgeous day today in Washington, D.C. that I am outside, probably a little background noise, but it's just too nice to be inside for 1 minute longer. And it reminds me, and hopefully reminds you, that we shouldn't waste precious time when we don't have to. Now this week, the point is a little bit about what we talked about last week, which is the significance, the imperative of creating and holding to opt-in cultures. And it also extends that idea into how much time I regularly experience wonderful people who are leaders in organizations, how much time they waste dealing with the same crap over and over from the same people. And what I said last week applies to these folks even more, which is if you're not in, that's fine, but get out. And if people can't see their way to the door, we need to show them the door and usher them through that door, proverbially and literally. Now, where does this come from? Well, a couple things. One, I mentioned last week the lawsuit involving Houston Methodist Hospital and the right of an employer to require their people to be vaccinated. Since then, I've continued to encounter employers who are squeamish when it comes to setting forth an expectation that people who work for them actually care enough about the people they work with to do the right thing and to be vaccinated. And in the vast majority of cases, there's no reason not to be, and that is not an unfair assertion, therefore, to make. And I do ask you to connect the dots between the refusal to protect the community out of a desire of convenience or even principle of oneself to put themselves individually over everybody else, and how relevant that is, because it's damn relevant to the way in which they'll apply the same thinking in your workplace. That's a real thing. The other thing is just this issue of the waste of time. I have a client, they will know that I'm talking about them in this moment, but they are far from alone in this. They have a member of their team, at least one, but one in particular, about whom, no lie, we have had the same conversation for 5 years. 5. It's astounding. Now that 5-year run is coming to an end. They got there. Good for them. But my God, how much time, how much energy, how much heartache was invested or caused by this one person. And not really just by the one person, but by everybody else who chose to be. And they knew it along the way. Again, wonderful people, really thoughtful people, hopeful people who conspired essentially against themselves to allow this to continue. So, it's a beautiful day. I hope you're feeling great. I want you to take away energy from this, that you should adamantly and unapologetically continue to build an opt-in culture, the culture that you want, a culture that hopefully is made up of, or at least includes people who are, well, not selfless, because nobody's really selfless, but at least genuinely interested in and willing to act on behalf of the greater good, not just what feels good to them. And when you see people who don't, who won't, who aren't, just take action for the love of God before you drive yourself crazy, ultimately to end up in the same place because you know it. You know it. Get counsel, be thoughtful, be patient, be constructive, yes. And I help clients every day do that. And at the end of the road for some people is the off-ramp. And that's where we need to take them. That's the point. Be good, be happy, be meaningful and purposeful, and ultimately be decisive. And you will be better, and everyone else around you will benefit from it. Take care.